Hey guys, it's Truong here from TechCloud TV, back for another episode. Today we have Benjamin Green. He's a blockchain recruiter specialist. So as we know, blockchain is a new area of technology, and I thought that we'll have some value by getting Benjamin on the channel, giving his thoughts. And yeah, so thanks, Benjamin, for coming on to the channel.
Not a problem, Truong. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll basically get straight into it.
All right.
So this is a question for myself, I guess, like a lot of friends and family ask me, like when the general public hears of jobs on the blockchain, they assume that all the roles are technical. Is this true?
Yeah, sure.
And if not, what are the other available roles that you are recruiting for?
Yeah, it's a common misconception, but not all the roles are technical. So it's pretty similar to any tech startup or technology company out there. You have to sell a product. You have business concerns like any other business. Yes, there are plenty of tech roles, so developers, architects, and the like. But there's plenty of other roles as well. So to the commercial side of things, you have marketing, you have project management, product owners, C-level management, and all types of roles. So there's room for everyone in the blockchain space.
Yep. So it's safe to say that regardless, it's not just all technical. We have a range of things that we need surrounding the technical skilled workers.
Yeah, that's right. So like any tech business, it's more than just technology.
Of course.
There's products to sell. There's people to deal with. So there's tech jobs are only a small part of the roles that we recruit. So that's an indication, I guess.
Awesome. Okay, so move on. So for technically skilled workers, let's say IT, how can they take the opportunity or take opportunities to allow them to work in the blockchain space?
Okay. Yeah. Good question. I think there's a lot of bigger corporate companies out there, financial services and technology. They're digging into blockchain. It's early days, but they're researching it. They start departments within their businesses to do that. So if you hear about a blockchain department in your company, you can approach them. Ask them about how you can get involved and what they're looking for. So there's a lot of businesses out there as well who seem to pivot from one technology to another. So they're working with maybe developing websites, and they think about blockchain and crypto and how they can get involved. So they pivot, and then there's a big opportunity there as well.
Sure.
Where you can move across internally.
Yep.
So just getting involved in projects, getting involved in the community.
Yep.
There's lots of open source projects out there you can get involved in. So there's a lot of different ways.
Yeah, like what I've seen, I guess, in the field is you have to be able to give time to it, like go to meet people, network. We'll basically get into that a bit further. So
yeah, sure.
So as a recruiter, is there any courses or the certification recommended for like an experienced, let's say IT person? Like if I was a Java developer and I wanted to start developing on blockchain, is there anything that will help me, I guess, a course or certification that you recommend out there at the moment?
Yeah, there is. There's lots of stuff out there. So in terms of certifications, you're looking at, I think Consensus has a pretty well-known certification. I think IBM does as well for Hyperledger. There's a lot of certifications. Some are expensive, some are free online, obviously. All the universities seem to be creating courses for blockchain as well. So RMIT is a big player in that space.
Yep.
who else? Yeah, UTS, University of Canberra, I know has a course coming up. And if you want to go overseas as well, so in the US, they're all starting to have blockchain courses. Yeah, there's plenty of resources out there. So
Sure. So then I guess the question is maybe, is there any free resources or meetups that you can recommend to candidates that want to get hired in this field?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's plenty of meetups. So just go onto meetup.com. Just do a search. I'll just drop a few names. There's Boki Pubar Ethereum development course. Everyone knows that one.
Yep.
You've got Bitford, who do educational meetups for blockchain and crypto.
Yeah, as a plug. I'm actually part of Bitford too.
Yeah, okay.
It's good that you talked about it. Cool.
Yeah. I thought I'd throw that one in. I know the guys up there, so they're good meetups. There's developer groups for all the different blockchains, Hyperledger, EOS, and there's always Bitcoin as well. So
of course,
plenty of free resources out there too.
Okay, yeah, we'll basically link some of these in the description. So yeah, just moving on.
Okay,
so do you think the blockchain and the crypto technology is here to stay? And if it is, do you see that there's long-term careers in this sector, or is it just a fad that you think will just move along? Yeah,
I'm pretty positive about the way the space is looking at the moment. So, of course, you had all the hype in 2017, early 2018. I think that's dissipated a little bit, but I think that's a good thing. So you've got a lot more mainstream adoption. That's what everyone's calling it. So that's going along pretty nicely. You got some big players moving into the space. In financial services, in technology, some very big names. Obviously, banking, in technology, IBM. So that's a good sign that there's the big guys getting in. Some of the smaller startups in the crypto space are fading away, which might be a good thing because not all of them are legitimate businesses. Which so some of them are pretty dodgy out there. There's a lot of scams, which everyone is aware of. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they're fading away a little bit, which is good. So the more legitimate people are stepping up.
Yeah. So what I see is, all the ones that got in, I guess, late last year and early this year.
Yeah.
They just wanted to make the quick buck. They no longer exist because I guess investors are getting smarter and understand that there's no longevity in their business.
Exactly.
Business plan.
Yeah. So there's a lot of pretty sad stories about investors losing their money through dodgy projects. But not only dodgy projects, like there's good quality projects out there, but there's just no demand for their tokens, so the price drops. And that upsets investors. But that's the growing pains of a new industry, I guess. So so it's still pushing forward despite the problems, which is good.
Yep, awesome. So just flipping the conversation to companies, right? So the question I have is, if I was a company, what's the advantage of using a recruiter as yourself? To fill staffing needs versus going directly, like meeting people at a meetup and then moving on to offering them a role or some sort of internship.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. It's a good question. I think the biggest value add of a recruiter is that they meet these kinds of people on a daily basis. So that's what they do. So if you're running a business in whatever it may be, building a technology or selling your product, you meet people along the way and you build a network, which is great. But you just can't build a network like a recruiter can. So we meet 10, 20 people per day, whereas you might build up a network of that many within a month. So, yeah, so you know, we do that for years, and over time we get a massive social network, you know, a massive database we use to recruit from. And I guess we learn and we know how to recruit. We know all the tricks of the trade. We know how to find the right people. I guess there's some psychology involved as well, which takes practice to get right. Which is you know, being persuasive. You've got to sell roles sometimes. People don't really know what they want until until a recruiter comes along and says, "Hey, why don't you consider this person or this idea?" So yeah, so we also ask people to refer others. You know, so we ask people who they know, not just approaching direct.
Yeah. So you're using a reference, maybe you get a good resource, and then you actually take their word because they are a good worker or a good candidate.
Yeah, that's right. So you know, that's our bread and butter, and we do it every day. So you may not have time as a client to do that yourself. So I guess that's where a recruiter comes in.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, so one more question I have, which is I think a couple of my co-founders wanted to ask too, was from a recruiter's point of view, what are the things that are on a resume that's eye-catching, like that stand out?
Yeah. Okay. Another good question. So obviously, I think relevancy. Any recruiter will tell you if they see a resume that's relevant to the role they're recruiting, that's exciting. But specific to this space, I think because it's so new, a lot of people came into the industry in 2018. So you've got a lot of people with 1 year or even 6 months experience in blockchain and crypto. So anything beyond a year. So if you have 2 years, 3 years, 5 years experience in this space, then that's pretty exciting for me. So yeah, there's not a lot of people out there though. It's they're in high demand, and salaries are kind of reflecting that as well.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah.
Okay, Benjamin.
How was that?
That was awesome, Benjamin. Yeah, definitely our insight of what things to look out for and get into a mind of a recruiter, I guess, in the blockchain space in a new area.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, so I'd like to thank you. I'd like to thank
you,
Benjamin, for your time today. Do you have any final thoughts or anything that you want to share with our viewers?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I think blockchain is it's still new, and I think if you're getting in now, you're still getting in pretty early. There's plenty of demand for people out there. There's opportunities are coming. So yeah, so it's early days, but it's a new and exciting industry. And yeah, so we got involved in 2017, and it's been very interesting and enjoyable.
Sure. Once again, I'd like to thank you, Benjamin Green, for coming on the channel. I'll leave all your details to your socials and your website down below.
All right, sounds good.
Descriptions. But yeah, so just signing off, guys. I hope this interview was as helpful as I think it was. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks, Truong. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching another video on TechCloud TV. If you want to subscribe, click on here. And if you want to check out our other videos, click on here. I'll see you in the next one.